Hello, my name is Brian Windrope, and I'm the Executive Director here at Senior Services for South Sound, and I want to thank you so much for just being here with us, even virtually. We would love to be together, but we can't share the hugs and the smiles and the handshakes and the normal things we would do, but it doesn't mean that we still don't need your support. We're here today because our Meals on Wheels program and other essential services we provide rely on donations. We rely on the generosity of citizens of our community to support what we do. And we do it on behalf of seniors, some of the most vulnerable people in our society, especially during this pandemic. I don't know about you, but I have in my neighborhood here in Olympia seniors who are otherwise capable, independent seniors who now, because of the coronavirus, are not able to get out and to do their own shopping in order to stay healthy. And that's happening all around our community. So this event, Meals That Matter and Other Essential Services, is a critical part of our effort to support our work for seniors around the area that we serve. Senior Services for South Sound provides essential services for people not just with food insecurity, but our volunteer drivers build relationships with our seniors. They go out to the same route, they know people, they're able to say, hi Mary, hi Pam, hi Keith, and that relationship matters because they need not only food, but they need to know that they matter. And our volunteers show them that and do that. This is a difficult time. It's a difficult time for my family. I have 2 teenage boys at home. You may have challenging circumstances as well with being stuck in the house and limited social interaction. But imagine that you're a senior and you have those challenges on top of very real fear around your health and safety if you go out in public. It's of a whole different level. This event today, we're so glad you're here with us, we need your help. We rely on donations for over half of our support for Meals on Wheels year-round. Every week of the year, every week, we have a gap between what support we get from the government for Meals on Wheels and what we rely on from donations. And you are that person. If you're here now, it's because you've already shown that you care enough to be here, and we need your help to do this program. I want you to take a second, if you would, and just picture a senior or an elder or someone that's important to you. And picture at that person someone you love. I can do that very easily. And I want you to picture that person hungry. It's honestly very difficult for me to imagine that for the person I'm thinking about. And every person we serve with Meals on Wheels is a person. They have family. They have they're a son or a daughter. They're a father or a mother, grandparents. And if I picture that as someone in my family, one of my elders, the thought of them being hungry, it's just not an option. I would walk to take them food in Kansas. And I ask for you to do that in your own mind of people you love. Even if you don't have an elder in the community here, our work helps people who are your neighbors, even if you don't know it. It helps people who live around the corner who you may have never met. You don't know they're there. But a volunteer drives up to their house these days once a week with 7 healthy meals and is human interaction and contact from a safe distance. But interaction and contact, someone who cares about them and brings them healthy food. You may not see it happening, but believe me, it's happening all around your community. And we are that organization, and we need your help to do it. I hope that when you think about the senior I've asked you to think about, that you imagine it being them receiving this help, and that moves you to be generous and supporting our work. My wife and I talked last night and talked about this and how we feel fortunate. This whole situation is difficult for us, and we have worries and anxieties and challenges being in the house all the time, but we are also fortunate, incredibly fortunate. And I want to invite you to join my family in being generous towards Senior Services for South Sound, because there are people who have more need than we do. My goal, our goal as an organization, is that no senior in our community should go hungry. None. That should be, our mission is to improve the lives of people as they age, to improve their lives. So as a baseline, no senior should go hungry. And we are on the front lines of that. Our numbers during this pandemic have gone from serving 214 people through Meals on Wheels back, say, in January, to now in May, it's over 500. That's the scale. We've been adding 10 to 15 people a day to our roster of people qualifying for Meals on Wheels. You're going to see a give button on the bottom of this screen. And please join my family and lots of other people in finding this a community priority so that seniors, whether you know them or not, are not hungry. I'm going to transition to my colleague, the former executive director, Eileen McKenzie Sullivan, who is now our chief fan and frequent volunteer, and she's going to play a wonderful piece for you. And you'll hear some other stories after that, and I'll come back a little later and connect with you one more time. Thank you for being here.
I've got some of the light in me, you've got some of the light in you, and a little bit of light from everyone is enough to see us through. I've got some of the hope in me, you've got some of the hope in you, and a little bit of hope from everyone, and a little bit of light from everyone is enough to see us through. I've got some of the love in me, you've got some of the love in you, and a little bit of love from everyone, and a little bit of hope from everyone, and a little bit of light from everyone is enough to see us through. There is nobody with a handle on it all. No one place the answers can be found. But everybody has a gift that everyone can share. Put them all together, we can turn this world around. I've got some of the light in me, you've got some of the light in you, and a little bit of light from everyone, and a little bit of hope from everyone, and a little bit of love from everyone is enough to see us through. It's enough to see us through.
So I'm sitting here in the senior lobby, and it is very strange. It is very eerie because there's no one here. There's empty tables where there should be people having conversations, putting a puzzle together, sitting at the coffee bar, talking to the barista, playing a card game, rolling dice. And that's not happening. The phone would be ringing. You would be able to hear it now because you'd be able to hear the phone in the TRIPS office, and it's just not happening. We have had to focus our efforts in making sure our seniors that are already isolated, and even more so now, but to ensure that they're getting meals, that they're getting help with transportation, that they're getting a phone call just to know that someone in their community cares for them and acknowledges their existence. The number of calls that we are receiving for Meals on Wheels, it is, I tell you, it is doubling every day, it seems like. Every day I check the messages, there are more messages for Meals on Wheels than there were the day before. So we really need your donation to help us help our seniors get nutrition in their bodies. It's so important. It is absolutely crucial that we continue to provide these essential, very vital services to our seniors.
What's happening right now is we're making our meals with 7 stacks in it. So it's all different meals. And this is for one route. And once we get the 7 meals, we'll bag them. We'll put them in freezer bags. And then the driver will have 2 or 3 freezer bags to take with for each route. I know personally I've been able to deliver to a few people that wouldn't eat without the meals that we provide. All of our things are made from scratch, so we try not to institutionalize anything. And that's just part of the love and care that we put into every meal. I have personally talked to a few that, if this keeps progressing, they're gonna need help. And then in reality, we're gonna need the help because it costs a lot more to make a meal on wheel than it does to make a congregate meal. There's just a lot more to it. There's a lot more labor. There's a lot more steps. And you wouldn't think that that's the case, but it is. I could see the need just skyrocketing in the next few weeks. I think everybody initially, feels like, hey, I can take care of myself. And we're probably to that point now where people are realizing that we're going to need help. And it's going to be just a matter of weeks where I could see our meals even doubling again. And really all that support that we need and the funds that you can give is going to make it possible to feed as many people as we can and help save those vulnerable adults and provide the nutritious meals and some of the even basic toiletry items that they can't get right now. They can't get out to get things like toothpaste and toothbrushes. We're their lifeline, and we're fortunate enough to be able to be part of that.
This virus has definitely changed everyone's lives. So I feel pretty privileged to be able to still come here and still service the seniors, and know that they're still getting good food from us, nutritional food from us, and that they get to see a driver, one of our volunteer drivers, and so they have a little bit of human contact, when they get the delivery.
There's people that are in legitimate, serious, dire need of meals. I remember delivering to a woman out in Tumwater a couple of years ago that I know that this was the only source of food that she had every day. I would deliver it to her probably around 9:30 or 10 in the morning, and she would consistently tell me, "I'm glad you're here, I'm really hungry." So this COVID-19 virus, Meals on Wheels has changed significantly in my opinion. The particular route that I usually deliver to before this virus struck, I had about 8 or 9 people on my route, and I would probably deliver 20 meals or so. Now, this morning, as a matter of fact, I have probably 19 or 20 people, and today I have 147 frozen meals to deliver. So it's changed a lot. It's changed from last week to this week, and I would not be surprised over the next couple of weeks if it doesn't increase in terms of the number of meals I'm delivering.
Hello.
Hey, good morning, Matthew. It's Glenn with Meals on Wheels. Yeah, how you doing today, Matthew?
Well, I feel very good today, as a matter of fact. I feel blessed that I'm even alive.
Okay, that's good to hear. You still healthy and everything? No runny nose or cough or anything like that?
No, I don't have any symptoms.
Okay, awesome. Are you up and available when I come to deliver your meals today? Okay, great. I'll be out there in about 15 minutes.
there's just no way that you can show appreciation for that. Thank you is about all you can say, you know. But I'm always grateful to hear his voice and to see him. Glenn, when he shows up with the food, or the other man who covered for one, that when they show up, I thank them, but it's not enough as to how I really feel about it. It puts a feeling of energy into me that goes far beyond the food. So the service of these people who take their time to help people like me, I couldn't say enough good about that. I can't take care of myself cook-wise. I mean, I can't stand up in the kitchen. You see, I have to sit down. I can't make a meal for myself. And when I do make a breakfast with eggs, it takes me over 2 hours to really get it together. And then when I want to, finally to eat it, when I finish doing that, I have to go lie down. But for those people that can't afford to do it, there's no better thing that they could do than to donate to the people who are like yourself, like Glenn, who are volunteering their time. What they do is just out of the love and devotion of human life.
Hi again. Thank you so much for being here with us today in this virtual event. I think you've learned a lot. I hope you've learned a lot. And you just saw Matthew, and I want you to take a second and realize that Matthew is just one of hundreds of the same story, people who rely on Senior Services for South Sound for this vital help. If you know a senior in need in your community, and let us know. If you don't know that we know about them, let us know. That's another thing we're focused on right now, is you might have a neighbor down the street or someone around the corner. We want to know if there's a senior out there who needs food or needs other help. We are that organization, and we can only do that because of your help here today. Thank you for what you've already done. If you've already donated, if you haven't yet, please click the button and do what you can today. We know that times are difficult for all of us, and we're asking you today to think about those even less fortunate than you may be, because they need our help. They rely on our help. And I want to take a moment and end here today with something that is very precious to me. I love poetry. It's my grandmother introduced me to poetry, and I'm grateful to her for that. And there's one of my favorites is Robert Frost. Maybe you know and love him too. And he has a poem called "A Tuft of Flowers" that I cherish. And the very end of this poem I'll paraphrase with you, and I'd like to end with this. In it, Robert Frost says, "We work together, I tell you from the heart, whether we work together or apart." It's true. We're apart right now. You're looking at me virtually. I can't shake your hand, but we are together. We're in this together. As a community, we're together. And the seniors in our community need us to be together in our support for them. Thank you so much.
During this time, it's very important to continue to support the Olympia Senior Center and particularly the Meals on Wheels program. The people that we deliver to are in need of food. Every little bit helps.
A lot of people out there who need our help. They're unable to go out. They're unable to get to the grocery store. They may not have the funds to get out for groceries. And contributions that you make now to the Senior Center, to the Meals on Wheels project, would do a world of good for these people.
I know there's people that are skipping meals out there, and things are tough, and without our help, they're not going to get the nutritious meals that they deserve and need.
There are times when I see these people and I think, I could be there someday, as we all could and will be if we get to the age where we're not able to care for ourselves. And I hope I have people like us showing up at my door someday if I need it.
We're letting them know that we haven't forgotten them. I'm sorry. That we're here for them. And that, I'm not sure why I'm having all these emotions right now, but I guess it's been weighing on my mind, and it's just, you just want to make sure everyone's safe and not forgotten. And we're here for them.
Meals on Wheels needs your help. We're serving a lot of seniors who are now stuck at home, and they're going hungry. So anything you can do to help us, any donation you can make, money is great, but anything helps. Thank you.